What's going on, guys? Matty Ice here. In this video, I want to talk about how to increase your income the right way. And I was inspired to do this video for a couple of different reasons, but primarily because of the book that I'm reading right now. It is absolutely fantastic. I will share it with you here in a second. But I was just really inspired to share this stuff with you guys because he breaks it down and provides such a fantastic roadmap for actually increasing your income for the long run. And really setting that foundation, and absolutely love it. And also, I was inspired to do this because I think now, at least at the time of this recording, I think it's always important to increase your income as much as you possibly can. But particularly right now, where things are just kind of out of control, everything is so freaking expensive. Inflation is raging. I don't think we've seen the last of inflation. Like, people are struggling to put food on the table, pay their bills, etc. There's a lot of uncertainty as well. I just think one of the best ways to protect ourselves from all this stuff is to increase our income. Because if we can increase our income, we become a lot less dependent on the system, and we have a lot more freedom and control in our lives. A lot more flexibility, a lot better decisions that we can make. Right. So I think it's just really important to take this stuff into consideration, guys. And what I'm going to go through with you, I wish I had a book like this a long time ago, like when I started my own entrepreneur journey, because I made so many mistakes, a lot of trial and error, and everybody has their own journey. There's nothing necessarily wrong with that as long as you bounce back from it, which thankfully I have now. But I made a lot of mistakes, and I think a lot of it was just not having a really just a simple but structured process for increasing income, right? And I think this is just awesome stuff. So I want to share it with you guys. Let me go ahead and share my screen here. I've just got a little presentation just to keep us on track, because I was taking a lot of notes, and I've really just I copy and pasted a lot of my notes into the presentation. But there's some other personal stuff that I'm going to talk about as well, just based on my own journey. So, like I said, this is kind of a book review as well, not the full book, because I'm only 30% of the way done. So I'll probably do more videos as I progress through the book and learn more, because it's so fantastic. But again, I really wanted to share this part of the book with you guys. So the book is called The Entrepreneur's Asset by Matt Love. Absolutely fantastic book. I've watched a lot of his YouTube videos as well. Definitely check him out on YouTube. Here is the link to get the book. I will also have it down in the description. I just bought mine on Amazon Kindle, so you can do that as well. But when you go to the link, obviously there's more resources and stuff like that. So make sure you check it out. But yeah, absolutely fantastic book. So what I want to start with is the definition of a problem, because I think he provides the best definition of what a problem actually is that I've ever seen or read. And it's really simple, but very profound. And it really gets you thinking about the different types of problems that we can solve. So the definition of a problem is the difference between where a client currently is and where they want to be. I absolutely love that. And basically our job as entrepreneurs is to bridge that gap. And when I say entrepreneur, you don't even necessarily have to have your own business. There is a such thing as an intrapreneur as well. Look that up. That's a different conversation. But basically, the more problems we can solve and the bigger problems we can solve, the more money we can make, the more we're able to increase our income. Okay. But first you have to understand what the problem is, right? And I love this description of it. I think it's really powerful. So let's talk a little bit about what problems you can solve and how to identify them. Because again, at the core of being able to increase our income all stems from the problems that we solve, right? So like I said, the bigger problem you can solve, the more money you will make. What problems are you interested in solving? And I'm going to skip around here a little bit. And actually, before I skip around, when I say interested in solving, I say that because if you're just bored to death with what you're doing, you're not going to be very inspired to go above and beyond and become the absolute best you can be with it. Reach that top 10% in your industry. So you have to have some interest in it. You don't have to be like super passionate about it and absolutely love it every single day. I don't love doing marketing every single day, but it's very interesting to me. I do have fun with it. And what that does is it helps you resist the shiny object syndrome, and it keeps you from getting distracted and quitting things too early. And you're bouncing from opportunity to opportunity to opportunity. You can't do that. You have to have some interest in what you're solving, so that when tough times do arise or do come, which they absolutely will, you're able to weather those storms and not give up and quit so easily because you're actually interested in what you're doing. There's obviously more to not quitting than that, but being interested in the problem that you're solving really does go a long way. And start to think about your own problems that you have solved in your own life, right? That's a lot of what I'm focusing on right now. So I started another YouTube channel. If you guys want to check it out and follow my journey, it's called Millennial Wealth Creator. I'll link it down in the description. And basically, I'm just sharing my wealth building journey. So I have my marketing channel and Leads for Locals. That's my marketing agency. But now I have Millennial Wealth Creator, where my marketing agency is allowed me to build up income. I saved a lot of money. The next question becomes, okay, what do I do with this money? How do I build a really strong financial foundation so I can put that money to work, right? That's a problem in my life that came up as my business started to grow, right? So that's a problem. Because I'm solving it for myself, I can help others solve it, right? So think about 3 core areas in your life: health and fitness. To me, they're very close to the same. Money and relationships, right? Just keeping this really simple. You don't have to be confined to those 3 things, but let's keep this simple, right? So what problems are you solving right now or have solved successfully in your life that you could maybe share with others, right? You guys know that I'm a big fan of content creation. I think everybody should be sharing their journey in some way, shape, or form. Podcast, YouTube channel, I don't care what it is, right? But you are an expert at something, and you are better at something than others. You are much further ahead in your journey with something than others. 5 years ahead, 1 year ahead, I don't care. But you have wisdom and expertise that you can share because of the own problems that you have in your life that you're solving, right? And so that's what point number 3 here is the like building, again, just an example in my life. Obviously, when I started my marketing agency, the problem that I was interested in solving was that of bringing in leads for a business. Obviously, leads are the lifeblood of any business. And so I was really interested in putting the campaigns together and the funnels and stuff like that, right? So, but then another problem in my own life became, how do I build this financial foundation? How do I put my money to work in a safe way? How do I manage risk, et cetera, right? And that's what my new channel is all about. And I'm helping others solve problems by putting strong financial foundations in place, just like I have, and just sharing my journey. And that's turning into a whole new income stream, guys. I'm increasing my income from that new venture, right? All by sharing how I'm solving a specific problem in my life, right? So just start thinking about that. What problems can you solve, right? Now, I love this. It's not really a definition, but the idea here, the number one way to increase income, and this starts to get into a little bit more of the practical side of actually increasing your income. Because right now, so far, we've been talking about the mental, psychological aspect of it, and starting to identify, different problems to solve. Once we identify that problem, how do we attack it, right? How do we actually start to solve those problems for other people in the right way that's not going to inject a ton of risk into our lives, but start to increase our income, right? So the number one way to increase your income for any business is to get in the middle of a transaction or sale. And that's through selling a product or service that someone else provides, at least in the beginning, all right? And everybody's situation is going to be different, guys. I don't know what your current situation is. So that statement might not necessarily apply to you. Maybe you already have your own products and services that you're offering. But again, stick with me here because this is like really, really profound stuff here. I absolutely loved this quadrant that he put together. I think this is really, really good for anybody who's just getting started with trying to increase their income. Maybe they're getting that. Maybe you're getting that entrepreneur itch, but you want to make sure you do it right. All right. So there's four different points that he makes here. All right. When it comes to selling, you could sell your own products that you fulfill. So typically a little harder to start because you have to, if you're selling physical products or providing your own service. Like, for example, I used to be a barber and hairdresser, right? So my product was my ability to do hair, right? Get the end result for people. So I wasn't selling my own hair products or anything like that. So I guess a better example would be like the salon owner. But you have your own products that you sell. You fulfill that. You get the biggest return in the end. You control everything, but it's probably going to be a much longer journey of you having to create your own products and do your own fulfillment. right? So again, this is about increasing your income as quickly as possible by setting the right foundation, following the right process, right? Maybe you sell other people's products, but you fulfill. A little bit easier, can create logistic inventory issues, etc. You can sell your own products that you have other people fulfill. Actually, he provides a really good example of this. And it doesn't even necessarily have to be a product. It could be a service as well. Must have the product or service first, high cost, or time to start. Sometimes it depends. The example that he gives in the book was a photographer friend of his that was talking about how he wanted to get back into photography on doing it on the weekends, but he didn't want to lose the time with his family, right? And so what Matt told him was, you can sell a gig, you can sell a photography gig, but it doesn't mean you have to fulfill it. You can get somebody else to fulfill it. So if you sell a $3,000 wedding package for a Saturday, that doesn't mean you have to be the one there fulfilling that service. You could take $2,000 or $1,500, whatever, pay another photographer that you've vetted, that's obviously still going to do a good job. They fulfill it, and then you keep the spread, right? And I've got a really good example of that in my own life that I'll share with you here in a minute. But one of the best ones here, it's a little cut off, but selling other people's products and having them fulfill it. This is really where you're in the middle of the transaction. It's really just a sales role. It's easiest for quick income. Obviously, you've got to believe in the products. You don't want to be selling trash to people, right? Penny stocks and crap like that. Wolf of Wall Street kind of stuff, boiler room stuff, whatever. But anyways, moving to the next part of that, I absolutely loved this because this for me is such it's just a much better way of getting started in your own entrepreneur journey. Really just your journey of increasing your income. And I wish I knew this so long ago, and I think I would have avoided so many mistakes, but get paid while you gain experience before going out on your own. Guys, I can't stress this enough. If you get anything from this video, this is the slide right here, because when we get that entrepreneur itch, we get really excited. We start researching different opportunities and stuff like that. And we want to go out on our own. Like, it's really exciting. We've got a business plan in place and we're going to do this, this, and this. And we don't realize how much is involved in building a business, even in just an online business. I'm not even talking about a brick and mortar business where you have to rent space and maybe you're doing construction and you've got product fulfillment, all that stuff, right? I'm not even talking about that. There's so much involved in building a business that actually increases your income, right? And before you jump out in the deep end, like I did a couple of times, and man, it did not turn out well for me. I had to learn that lesson multiple times. When what I could have done to get the experience is work for a company that already handles the prospecting and this basically allows you to learn from existing transactions and experienced professionals. Guys, this is so important to make sure you don't drive your life into the ground like I did. Fortunately, I've recovered now, but I learned this the hard way. You don't have to jump out into the deep end right away in order to start increasing your income. Set the foundation first. Get the experience first with a company that already does what you want to do. Marketing, for example, instead of me starting my own marketing agency, I could have, as I was learning, I could have maybe gotten a job with a marketing agency first and really saw firsthand how this business works, how to do it right? Because they have the leads coming in. Maybe you're in sales, maybe you're in customer support, fulfillment, whatever you have the most interest in, or whatever is going to get your foot in the door. But now you're learning the business while you're getting paid. And then when you're ready, you can venture off on your own, maybe partner with the company that you're with. I don't know what that looks like, but you get paid while you get the experience, so that when you do take that leap, right, you do jump in the deep end, you're much more prepared. You know how the business works. So this was so huge, man. This really resonated with me. A couple of other things too. Take opportunity when it's presented. Now, I want to clarify, this doesn't mean say yes to every single opportunity that's presented to you. What I'm talking about is when a really good opportunity is presented to you within your field, but you're not sure you can do it. Maybe you're starting to get that imposter syndrome a little bit. 9 times out of 10, you should probably still say yes. So this is a quote from Matt's book. He quotes Sir Richard Branson. Said, if someone offers you an amazing opportunity, but you are not sure you can do it, say yes, then learn how to do it later. And this is kind of goes back to the photographer example where You can sell a gig, but you don't have to fulfill it yourself anyways. Right. And man, as soon as I read this, this quote, I was immediately reminded of an opportunity that I had with a limo company in Las Vegas to do lead generation and chat bots, but I didn't. All right. So I'm going to go back to full screen here for a minute for this, because kind of a trip down memory of shame, I would call it. Because so this is when I was just starting my marketing agency, and I was doing some free campaigns and stuff just to get the experience and the results, and I was starting to have some success. Like people were getting leads, they were having good conversations and stuff. So I was like, all right, I'm really onto something here. So what I decided to do is I started recording Loom videos of the results that I was getting, and then I would kind of like pre-make a campaign for companies. So it was really, really personalized. So it took longer to do the prospecting, but it hit a lot harder. It really worked. I didn't get responses from everybody, but one of the guys that I did get a response from had a very, very successful limo company, and his assistant actually forwarded it to him, and he called me out of the blue. And he said, Matt, I get dozens of marketing emails, sales emails from people trying to do my marketing and stuff every single week. And you're the only one that I've responded to. And I was just like blown away by that. I was like, wow, that's really cool. This stuff, when you go above and beyond and you personalize things, it can really work. But that's when the imposter syndrome really started to take place, because here I am talking to this extremely successful person with this extremely successful company. I'm still kind of broke at that point. I'm just getting into marketing. I don't feel like I'm qualified to actually really help. So it's kind of funny because I'm prospecting to this person, but then I didn't really think about, like, what if they actually said yes to this opportunity, like the opportunity to work with me? Like, what if they actually gave me the time of day? Like, what would I actually do? And I wasn't prepared for that. And unfortunately, he wanted to do something that I didn't really have any experience with. It was chatbots. It was when Facebook Messenger chatbots were starting to get somewhat popular. And I hadn't done that before. I'd only done lead forms and funnels and stuff like that for lead generation. And I eventually just backed away. We lost contact. I did not take the opportunity. And it was a shame, because he really wanted to work with me. And I absolutely could have done it had I read a book like this first and had the mentality of, okay, we can do chatbots. I don't know how to do it, but I know people who do. So let's just make it work. Right. And maybe I split, maybe I pay a commission to somebody that knows how to do chatbots, or we split it somehow, or whatever. Maybe I charge $3,000 for a chatbot and I pay $2,000 to have somebody make that chatbot for me. And I keep the spread, just like in the photographer example. Right. So unfortunately, I missed out on that opportunity. And I'm bringing that up, guys, because you're likely going to experience that along your journey as well. And don't let that discomfort, don't let that imposter syndrome keep you from achieving success in your life, achieving your goals, and growing your business. If you're not able to comfortably fulfill something, there are plenty of people out there that would be more than happy to split whatever the fee is that you're charging. And, half of $3,000 or $1,000, a third of $3,000 is a hell of a lot better than nothing at all. So that's what I'll finish up with. Last slide is just a real quick conclusion, kind of a summary of what I've learned so far. And if I had to summarize it into one sentence, it would be: follow the right process to increase your income, guys. This is the right process. This is the best process I've learned. Like summarizing it and putting a foundation in place to do it the right way without having to totally screw your life up like I did. Follow the right process, guys. And so I would strongly recommend getting the book. Again, I will link it down below. It's absolutely fantastic. And I will probably make additional videos later on as I progress through it, because I imagine there's going to be some really, really good stuff in it. So anyways, I hope this was helpful, guys. I would love to hear your thoughts and feedback. Drop it down in the comments below if you have any questions. And also, tell me a little bit about your journey. Have you followed a process like this, or have you completely screwed your life up in the past as well? So it's good stuff. Anyways, I hope you guys are crushing it, and I will talk to you in the next one. To your success. Matty Ice is out.